I beat him easily in the first debate, according to the polls that I've seen, but I beat him easily. I felt I beat him easily. I think he felt it too. He wouldn't answer any questions, and he had the protection of Chris Wallace all night long. It was I thought Chris Wallace was a disaster. But I beat him in the first debate. At the second debate, we have a never-Trumper as a host, but that's okay because I beat him in the second debate also. And but I'm not going to do a virtual debate.
I want to welcome back to the program Kelly Jane Torrance. She sits on the editorial board of the New York Post, and she joins us now live from New York. Kelly Jane, great to see you. So President Trump's doctors are essentially saying that he can go back to work on Saturday. So does that throw everything else once again into question?
You know, that's a good question, Kilmeny, and I'm happy to be back here with you. You know, the CDC guidelines say that once it's been 10 days since you've shown symptoms of the coronavirus, you are safe to be around people again. And that October 15th date of the debate, that would be more than 10 days from when President Trump first showed symptoms. And as you mentioned, the doctors are giving him the okay as of Saturday to start getting back to work, being around people again. So the Presidential Debate Commission's decision is really, it's puzzling, especially the fact that they didn't even consult either campaign before making this decision. This wasn't something that the Biden campaign asked for. And certainly, of course, it wasn't something the Trump campaign asked for. So the whole thing's been a bit puzzling. And clearly, Joe Biden has gone ahead and, as your reporter mentioned, scheduled something for October 15th already.
Why do you think the Biden campaign would be amenable to having a virtual debate, but the president wouldn't?
You know, I think that President Trump, he really loves feeding off the energy of people in the room. And even when you have a smaller crowd in these debates, he just does better in person. And Joe Biden, you know, let's face it, there have been multiple occasions over the course of this campaign where he has actually used notes or a teleprompter, even during interviews and discussions with his supporters. So I think for the Biden campaign, the idea of a virtual debate was actually quite attractive. Biden could prepare some answers via teleprompter. He could have aides hand him talking points. He is not, he's not necessarily always as good on his feet. President Trump, he doesn't want those talking points. He actually enjoys talking off the cuff and responding to whatever his opponent is saying. So I think the virtual debate format, it was clear from the beginning that it was going to be much more favorable to the Joe Biden campaign. And it's not surprising that President Trump said, listen, I'm not going to waste my time doing that.
Kelly Jane, the president has been pushing for these next two debates to go ahead. I mean, how important is this, particularly to the president's campaign, given the fact that he has been sick with the coronavirus and he's been off the campaign trail? What does this cost him?
You know, great question, Kilmeny. And you know, I sort of have mixed feelings about how important these debates are. Obviously, the first debate, a lot of people thought that President Trump was rude, interrupted a lot, but I don't think that came as a surprise to anyone, especially anyone who'd watched the debates 4 years ago with Hillary Clinton. Biden is the front runner, according to most of the polls now. And so I think the debates are in some ways more important to President Trump. But then I wonder, do we, as a pundit, do we overestimate the value of those debates? You know, keep in mind the first debate that President Trump had with Hillary Clinton in 2016. One very reputable poll found that Hillary Clinton won, according to the respondents, by 62%. Almost 2/3 of people thought Hillary won that debate. Of course, she did not go on to win the election. So debates are important. They have an important role to play. We want to see the candidates have to answer questions off the cuff, on their feet, but they're not everything. And of course, voters think of a lot of other things when they go and cast that vote in the ballot box.
All right, Kelly Jane Torrance out of New York. Great to have you back. Thanks for being with us.